Right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Steve's Guitars. Thank you all for showing up tonight. We appreciate it. Before we get rolling, we want to send some shout-outs to our sponsors and those that have made this all possible. We'd like to send a shout-out to PM Consulting Limited in Aspen. They are a primary sponsor for us. They allow us to web stream. We want to send a shout-out to First Bank, a shout-out to GrassRoots Community Network. They host our streams. We would not be doing this without them. They're wonderful people. They are, if you don't know, they're the nation's first and consequently oldest community access station. We need to send a shout out to the Standiford clan for having this amazing space. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And lastly, but never leastly, a shout out to all of you who are here or are joining us online. You can be anywhere you want, do anything you want to do, and spend your money however you want to. You have chosen to be here with us, and we really appreciate it. Tonight, we are incredibly happy to bring back a talent that has been back and forth to Steve's over a number of times. This gentleman is like no other. Please welcome the incomparable Jeffrey Foucault.
Incomparable. That's what my mom always said. Careful. Gosh, it's bright up here, isn't it? It's legible. I was singing to my country, gone up into thin air. And I was swinging for the fences weren't there. Well, I stood alone under the spotlight, weeping until my black face ran. And I would stand up right beside you if there was someplace left to stand. And I went down to the drive-in, but the movie was on fire. And all the cars were packed with sleepers in a field of ash and wire. And there was a hurricane, wind blowing all across the promised land. And I'd stand up right beside you if there was someplace left to stand. Well, everyone was looking, they only looked away. And every tongue a tongue of fire, but nothing left to say. "500 generations, just a breath from sand to sand." Well, I'm gonna stand up right beside you till there's no place left to stand. And I'm gonna stand up right beside you till there's no place left to stand. And I'm gonna stand up right beside you.
Well, thank you. I try to start out with the light stuff first, if I can. You know. Thanks for coming out. It's nice to see you again on a Sunday. It's a reliable little room. I like this room. I started out playing at a bar about this size. That weirdly, it smelled exactly like this. That's not a bad thing. It's just a fact. Every time I walk in here, I'm like, oh yeah, the Cafe Carp. My dad took me down to this bar when I was like 14. That was the first time I saw anybody play music in a room full of people. I didn't think you could do that, you know, like a small room, I mean, you know. I saw people on television, but I didn't realize it was the thing that happened anywhere else. And it ruined my life, but I digress.
Move out through the city lights, neon cold, sodium white. I don't know where I am tonight, moving through city lights. Moving through the heart's warm fields, sown in salt, a bitter yield. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, but I'm moving through. I don't know what's real, I don't know. Moving through the ghost dance plane, the 7-Eleven to the interstate, and I know it's all gonna blow away. I keep moving through anyway, anyway.
It's usually like a 6 out of 10 that I make that riff. That was awesome.
down through the diamond dust, world we made of the world that was. And I don't know why, and I don't know what I'm here to do. It must be love, must be love, must be love. It must be, and it must be love, must be love.
Man. This song called Moving Through. It's one of the things I learned from the old guys that I would sometimes play with. Open for, you know, Greg Brown, Dave Moore. Yeah, Greg Brown. They would just like, while the clapping was still going, they'd just say the name of the song. Like, oh, Moving Through. It's a good way to do it. I had a friend who thought that at the end of every song, Greg was saying Paul Anka. But he was not. He was saying, oh, thank you. He's like, why does he always say Paul Anka? I was like, that is not what he's saying.
Well, our religion was electric, magnetic, singing on a wire. Invisible waves making kings out of slaves, encoding our freedom and desire. And we pulled it down from the sky to make us dance, to make us cry. One night it all burned away. In the universal fire, they came singing in the darkness, shuttles rocking in the loom of night. 10 million souls weighed out in silver and gold, and 2 million straight to the light. And they wept and they moaned and they called down the intercession of some nameless choir. But the angels let them keep singing. About the universal fire. Gravity pushes down the stylus. God disappears into the sky. Electroplated silver cuts the master from the mirror. Every one the iteration of a lie. We had Satchmo and the Killer and Sunrise. We had Bo Diddley and Big Mama and John Lee. Every soul lostless in heaven until the night that it all burned away in the universal fire. You might photograph a painting through a screen door. You might try to square the circle down, but the God that you serve is the God of the curve, the irreducible mystery, going around and around and around and around and around. Yeah. left all alone with the copies of the masters of the name. Celluloid reels gone up in ashes and steal the picture of a picture in a frame. Oh, it was Lady Day and it was muddy and it was Coltrane, Little Walter and Rosetta and Ray. There was a time it seemed we might all be redeemed, but then there's that one night when it all burned away in the universal fire.
Oh, there you go. That's the universal fire. Oh, like. Well, geez, all right. The thing about playing solo, I mean, there's a lot of things about it, but one of those things is that you don't have to do the things you said you would do. Right, like you have a band, you hand out a set list that says what key everything's in. It's like, you know, we're all going to proceed according to the map, more or less, unless I forget, or skip a tune or whatever, and that happens. But they're all pros and they figure it out. But if you're a contrary person and you wrote the set list, you might be contrary with yourself. Problem. Give it a second. This guitar was $12 in not for me. In 1942, it cost $12. For me, it was free. A guy gave it to me. I gave him a different guitar that was broken. I was like, "To fix this for me, I want it for a slide guitar." And he said, "Okay." And then he took it for like 3 years, and he didn't do anything with it. Stats. Anyways, after about 3 years, I was like, I'd really like to have that guitar back. And he said, "Why do you want it?" This was in spite of the fact that it was mine. And I was like, "Well, I just want a guitar to screw around with the slide." He was like, "Well, I've got like 50 of those kind of guitars." So he just brought this to a gig, and I kind of liked it. So it's been the guitar. I wrote this for my friend Billy Conway. Solo Modelo, solo hotel, so low I can't tell you, but I'm wishing you well. Solo gas station, solo cafe, so low I've been crying since you went away. You went away. You went away. And I know you've been walking the valley alone. There's one crow above you, won't leave you alone. And I know you've been singing your way through the dark, and your silk scarf and denim, they don't keep you warm. No.
solo black coffee, solo green, solo at midnight, and I still solo at noon. Solo Milwaukee, solo LA, solo I've been thinking, Bill, I might be walking away. I might just be walking away. I think about walking away. I might be walking away, just walking away. So long, Modelo, walking away. So long, Modelo, walking away. So long, Modelo, walking away. Solo Modelo. The thing about having lights up is everyone's terrified, and I can tell. It's okay, it's going to be fine. We all prefer to be in a dark room, but then we can't live simulcast things to people, apparently. Soft shoeing on the trapdoor at the bottom of the soul. Rolling down the golden highway with no money for the toll. Running rough, still running, it's enough to keep the sun inside. A busted rear view going down. Now east of the sunrise, black as a crow flies, the radio is soft, lonely sound. She'll sing herself to sleep. She'll sing and she won't weep. Tomorrow she'll be gone. Is she 25 or 40? I don't think you could say. She's standing at the window and smoking cigarettes all day, tipping ashes in a teacup, wondering how it got so fucked up, and if her luck might run the other way. And now east of the sunrise, black as a crow flies, the radio has got nothing to say. And there's a little boy sleeping in a motel bed. There's a wedding ring shining in the road. And you can't take back what you never said, or pay down a debt you never owed. Now east of the sunrise, and black as a crow flies, she reaches out to turn off the radio, and she'll sing herself to sleep. She'll sing so she won't weep, and tomorrow she'll be gone.
You guys okay? Yeah? All right. Sometimes, you know, it's like, it's quiet on a Sunday night. You should all be proud. You're you know, you're out here. You're putting one over on the man. It's important to do. I used to go home to Wisconsin, where I grew up, and I would pull my brother Jimmy's kids out of school for a day. One at a time, not at the same time usually, but he had 2 girls, has 2 girls. So when they were like, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10, sort of in there, I would go pick them up, pull them out of school, and, you know, we go wherever they wanted to go. We go to Pizza Hut or something, and then we do something exciting. One time we bought laser tag at Walmart, and we moved all the furniture in my parents' house. We put down all the blinds, closed all the curtains, and had a laser tag war for like 3 hours. I had a lot of time on my hands at that point in my life. So I decided to make my bid for immortality as an uncle. And one time I was driving back to the house with my niece Sarah. She was probably 7. Then I was going to turn left to go to my folks' house, and the light was turning red. And I cut left across traffic into the parking lot of a Taco Bell or whatever, and went through that, and then continued to go left. She'd never seen that move. She was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm sticking it to the man." And she goes, "What if everyone did that?" So then we had to have a talk about being a giant drag. Slow talker, I called and I woke you up. Oh, I wondered who I thought I was. And when I knew you for a little while, did I know you? Is that just your style? Deep water, you're just like a river underground. You speak thunder, you never make a sound. There's one note, if you can play it, there's one word, if you can say it, there's one prayer, if you can pray, and each word is the same. You scarecrow, you got your collar turned up cool. Keep on rocking, 'cause I'm right behind you. There's one note, if you can play it there.
if you can't say there's one prayer, if you can't pray it, each word is the same.
Oh, yeah. Slow talker. There's like a year. No, it was more like 2 years. Where I didn't like being on stage. But it was my job. So I got really high. And I wore sunglasses. I don't know if you went to one of those shows, but I apologize. Some of them were amazing. For me. You know, you get up on stage and you start thinking about what the people in front of you might be thinking about you, thinking about what they're thinking about. In an infinite regress that's terrifying. So one way to get rid of that is to go out in the car and just get high off your tits, but there's limitations involved in that. And I was just thinking about it just now because, you know, I was like thinking about what I wanted to play and how I might talk about it. And then I was like, I remembered being super high on stage. And sometimes I'd be tuning. I'd look down and I'd be like, how long have I been doing this? Has it been like 25 or 30 minutes, you know? I still have bad dreams about it, like nightmares. Anyway, this version is better, mostly.
You do the dishes with the windows open and soak the dirt from under your nails. Pour out a double, put a record on the table. The light's always perfect just before it fails. Bow your head down when you break bread together. Close your eyes, make a circle of hands. There's nothing that cannot be taken from you in this life. We just hold on to the love that we have. swing the axe in the hour before daylight. Note the sparks that attend to the blade, a thing made free of itself leaps apart, and the heart divided would do just the same. Step outside, let the stars reel around you, cup your hands around a bright flame in that darkness. Let the stars reel around you. It's all just a story, even the sound of your name.
Thanks. That song started as a poem, and it's a pretty short poem. It's like out with the axe in the dark before the water boils. Winter mornings, the head throws sparks. The wood, made free of itself, leaps apart. The heart divided would do the same. Sort of like a little Japanese style poem, you know, like pretty straight. I barely knew him and he was your friend. I think about him every now and then. I think about all the real ones who die with nothing half of the time. I barely know him. He's a friend of mine. I tried to call him when I came through town, and you know I saw him walk in the door. By the time I got down from the stage, he was gone. I never saw him again. I barely know him. He was your friend, and now it's a quick light, a slow burn, a little wink, half turn and gone. A little line with a broken tooth, and the best liar tells the truth. The truth is gone.
left a wife and he left 2 kids when he died. Every time I think about him, you know I want to cry, 'cause he could not afford to see the doctor. That's why Rico died. And I barely know him, but I stole away and I cried. I barely know him, your friend. I think about him every now and then. I think about all the real ones. Think about how they die and they die and they die and they die. And I barely know him, he was a friend of mine. Friend of mine. Friend of mine. Friend of mine. Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
That is a pretty indefinite qualifier. Which part? Do you mean like playing guitar, or do you mean
Tuning your guitar.
It's a fair question. I wanted a little. They started making like those fancy digital stick-on tuners when I was in maybe college, I think. No, high school. Right around the time I started playing, when I was 17. And a friend of mine had one, and I wanted one. And I told my dad I wanted one. He said, "You want what now?" I was like, "It's a tuner. It sticks to your guitar." He was like, "You already have 2 tuners. There's one on either side of your head." Last night I lost the best friend I ever had. It's better with tremolo. Last night I lost the best friend I ever had. Now you gone and left me, and that made me feel so bad. Now it's early in the morning, and my love is calling down for you. Now it's early in the morning, yeah, my love is coming down for you. And I want you to tell me, baby, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. They tell me every day brings about a change. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. They tell me every day brings about a change. I love you and I love you and I love you, baby. You know that's a crying shame.
Thank you. That's a little Walter song. I remember reading an interview with Lionel Lovett once, and the interviewer asked him if I could only own one of your records, which one should I own? And he said, Red-Headed Stranger by Willie Nelson. That's how I feel about Hate to See You Go by Little Walter. It's like pretty much the best thing ever. I'm in a different tuning than I normally play this song, and I'm pretty sure I know how it goes, but we'll try this. I wrote this song a long time ago. All alone in a Mexican joint down in Mesa, Arizona.
with a mariachi band on the jukebox and an empty Corona. The sun gone down and the pale thin pig, no one to talk to, and all I can think is your eyes are like train smoke and your mouth tastes like rain. And I know if I know nothing, I will always know your name. You're my one, only one. You're my only one. And I'm out working in the neon light. The temperatures are falling. Hotel coffee, red-eye flights. I'm your midnight ringer calling. But the snow comes down from a desert sky, and I tell everybody something, it's usually goodbye. But not you, you're my one, you're my only one. You're the one I want to talk to. You're the one I know to call. You're the one that's gonna catch me when my pride leads to a fall. The sky full of starlings and axe blades shining in the sun. You're the angel touched the coal against my lips, and you're my only one. Now it's real, and the country rolls, and the towns that slide by like ghost repeaters. Faded billboards, big box stores like a movie of an empty theater. You look around and you wonder when the seams are gonna fail, and how dear the cost of living if everything is for sale, except you, my one, my only. I'm all alone in a Mexican joint down in Mesa, Arizona. Mesa, Arizona. Mesa, Arizona.
Well, I wrote in the set list that I would take a request now. Is that a good idea? Is there anybody have an idea, something you want to hear?
Little warbler.
Somebody's ready. Little warble. Yeah. I bet I could play that. This is a story song. Kind of. It's the story of a terrible, terrible date that I went on. "30 years ago. No. In eastern Iowa. It's a date we've all been on. It's the one where you work on a farm in Wisconsin and your girlfriend works on a farm in Iowa. And it's Friday and you borrow your dad's 1990 Seattle Silver Honda Accord and drive 3.5 hours to take her out to dinner, and then you get there, but you have to shovel out the horse barn where she works before you can go out to dinner. Then you shovel out the horse barn, you get into a giant fight. And then you don't get married. And I know that's a date we've all been on, but I tried to put my own spin on it.
Driving down a county road, so in love with you. Landslide on the tape deck, a little warble coming through. 1996, you were 22, and we were getting married. That's the only thing I knew. We shoveled horse shit for an hour to get you done by 5. And then I took you out to supper at that little country dive just outside of Eldridge, with all the old farmers and their wives. Yeah, we got into a fight. You were smoking cigarettes, and I walked 100 yards away, and I climbed up on a fence. You always asked me why I loved you, but then no reason would suffice. And all the words that I could give you could never meet your price. Now I'm doing dishes with my little girl, and Landslide comes on the radio. Maybe nothing in this world could make time walk back this way to touch upon itself again. This little warble in my heart for how I loved you then.
That's a good call. I forgot all about that song. Yeah. It's funny, you know, like I play a lot of places, and my experience of playing that song is that if you play it in like LA or New York or Seattle or Chicago or Austin, they're pretty sure when you get to the part about shoveling horse shit that that's a metaphor. I always forget to say anything about anything, really, because that's just one song leads to the next song, and then it's time to go home. So I have records over there, and you should buy one because that's how I make a living. And I have CD technology. If you're like me and you can't afford a car that doesn't have a CD player, that's probably the thing for you. And there's a poster that's just for this tour. You can get one of those. We could just talk. That would also be fun. There's an album over there. I made a record that came out September before last that is called The Universal Fire. It's a full band, record. I don't know if you're familiar with how the music industry works, but you spend like $25,000 or $30,000 making a record, and then you find a record label to spend another $30,000 to promote the record. And promoting a record means convincing people to steal it from you on the internet. It's a fantastic business model. I'm pretty sure it's going to pay off given time. But there are some posters over there if you want to get a poster. Thanks to Ralph back there on the soundboard and Steve's guitars. Working on the night shift, 20 years long. Living in a hotel, running down a song. I don't keep any money, I move it around. Working on the night shift, trying not to break down. Drive all day, play all night. Lobby call, loading, sound check, showtime. Get up in the morning, gonna do it again. Working on the night shift, seem like I always been. On the night shift, working. On the night shift, yeah. Clocking at the airport right on time. Fly across the country just to wait in line. The line for the rental, line for the front desk. When you're on the night shift, you don't get no rest. Drive all day, play all night. Caffeine, nicotine, Jim Beam, alright. Get up in the morning, gonna do it again. Working on the night shift, it seems like we've always been. Working on the night shift, night shift, the night shift, night shift, night shift. Working on the night shift, 20 years long. Living in a hotel, running down a song. I don't keep any money, I move it around. I'm working on the night shift, trying not to break down. Drive all day, play all night. Lobby call, loading, sound check, showtime. Get up in the morning and we do it again. Working on the night shift, seem like I always been. On the night shift, just working. Working on the night shift, yeah. Thanks, you guys. I had a great time. Maybe I'll come back here and see you again. Would it be appropriate to play one more song? I don't really do the thing where I get up and wander around. I turned 50 last week, and there's a number of things I don't do anymore. I got on the rental car bus in Denver, and a real old guy came and sat down right next to me, and he was carrying a case that I recognized. I was like, that's a saxophone case. And I tried very hard not to talk to him about it because I had an amplifier and a guitar with me, and I knew where it was going to go. And turned out he was 80. I mean, he is 80, as far as I know. And he's coming out here to visit some people. It's not clear why he brought the saxophone. And he was like, where are you going to play? You know, I try not to talk to people, really, when I'm traveling. Not because I'm not a nice person, which I mostly am, but because it just leads to the strangest places. And when I traveled with Billy Conway on drums, I would pick him up at the airport. I would get there beforehand and rent a car, drive around, pick him up when he got there from Montana. And every time I picked him up, I'd be like, who'd you meet? And he'd say, oh, I met the nicest guy. And then, sure enough, he would tell me all about this person that he met. Sometimes it was a guy, sometimes it was a lady. And these are people that he would end up exchanging Christmas cards with for years. And I would like to be that person, but I'm not that person. So I just try to keep it, you know, quiet. And inevitably, if you get into the conversation, someone is like, I feel like I should know who you are. And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Anyways, he was like, where are you going to play? And I said, I'm going to play in Denver, and then tomorrow I'm in Colorado Springs, and the night after that I'm going to be in Carbondale. He was like, I'm going to be in Colorado Springs. And I was like, fuck, here we go. He was like, you know, do you think maybe if I brought my horn down to the gig? And, you know, I grew up in Wisconsin, and my first impulse for the first 50 years of my life would have been like, yeah, man, that sounds great. Thank you. And instead, I was like, hell no, man. That's not going to happen. I said, I barely know how to do this by myself right now. And having a dude I never met before play saxophone would really fuck me up forever. So.
Wood smoke, pipe smoke, what we remember. Half-lit doorway, high fake, leather, old green car. Dust in the sun, parked by the river when the river still runs. Cocktails, mare's tails, chickens in the grass. Supper on the table and the bucket for the ashes and hardwood sometimes. Love all the time, heat lightning in the window. The train whistle dying, all I wanna know is what's gonna stick around. Is anybody listening to what you're laying down? When everything you loved is gone and you're nothing but the sound of a ghost in a speaker, and the curtain comes down. Swallows and risers under the bridge, dogwood, plum blossom, brown eggs, quince, honey, mama in the garden, She's pushing back her hair. If you're going up to heaven, I'll meet you there. 'Cause all I wanna know is what's gonna stick around. Is anybody listening to what you're laying down? When everything you loved is gone and you're nothing but the sound of a ghost in a speaker, and the curtain comes down.
I like it. I don't want to leave you with that one. I think I have something sadder. I wrote this one in this last year. If you don't know how to cry, if you don't know how to cry, don't worry, don't worry. If you don't know how to die, if you don't know how to die, don't worry, don't worry. Everybody's somebody's baby. Every mother's son is gonna come to grief. Every sunrise that falls on your eyes is a beggar and a thief. This world will teach you how to cry. This world will teach you how to cry. Everybody's somebody's baby. Every mother's son is gonna come to grief. Every sunrise that falls on your eyes is a beggar and a thief. This world will teach you how to cry. This world will teach you how to cry. This world will teach you how to cry. This world will teach you. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you again.